Former Portland State football player's family now suing the school, saying it didn't use proper protocol after their son suffered a concussion.
This all comes a couple of months after the NCAA settled concussion-related class action claims. Our Tim Becker going beyond the headlines tonight. He is actually live at PSU with more.
Yeah, the hit that caused Zach Walen's concussion happened in his first collegiate game ever back in 2012. I also found out that Walen and his family learned that the brain damage, the brain injury is permanent, and they just found that out several months ago.
Zach Walen, linebacker, 6'3", 205, Lake Oswego High School in Oregon.
Zach Walen was signed by Portland State on February 1st, 2012. Exactly 7 months later to the day, he played in his first game. September 1st would mark the beginning of the end of his playing days, though, according to the lawsuit Coin 6 obtained today. It's seeking $5 million and names PSU, OHSU, and the NCAA as defendants. It says Zach suffered a concussion after a hard hit in that game, and that PSU medical staff never diagnosed it.
They didn't identify that he'd had a concussion, but his parents figured it out and took him to the hospital and was treated and set up with the concussion protocol, but then nobody followed up.
The lawsuit also says Walen failed a post-injury test 3 days later and claims that in spite of the failed test, head coach Nigel Burton and other PSU officials unilaterally cleared Zach for participation.
He was allowed to play without ever being cleared, suffered severe post-concussion syndrome, and today has a severe and very debilitating traumatic brain injury.
I found out by September 22nd he was back in competition and played in approximately 8 more games. He eventually left the program and was unable to finish school.
He's got some very significant issues, including memory loss. He's got depression. He's got anxiety.
March of this year, Zach was diagnosed with post-concussion syndrome, and 2 months later, his family learned the injury is permanent.
The bottom line is, whether they had policies in place or didn't, they didn't follow them, and if they didn't have them in place, they should have.
Contacted PSU first thing this morning, and they tell me they do have a concussion policy in place, and they're going to start a thorough investigation once they have been served and have a chance to read this lawsuit. This is just the beginning of the story, so we'll continue to follow it and share everything as it develops. For now, reporting live, though, at Portland State University, Tim Becker, Coin 6 News.